Hi everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge and welcome to my historical romance readathon vlog part 1. I'm assuming there'll be more than one video for this. We'll see, maybe I'm wrong, but I know the last time that I did a readathon I ended up with a lot of vlogs just because I always end up ranting about something. So we're just gonna go into it planning for there to be more. Sorry the lighting's a little bit sketchy. It's actually pretty early in the morning on Friday. It's like 7 a.m. here, so it's pretty dark still. So we're just dealing with kitchen lighting, which isn't great. But yeah, sitting at my desk. Thought I would start by telling you what my TBR is because I didn't post a video. I just posted it on Instagram. The main reason being is that most of my TBR for this was already my TBR for the month of January because I didn't know that this readathon was going to be announced. I already had a bunch of historicals on my TBR, and so I was able to make most of them fit for prompts, and then I have 2 that I had to add. So I'll just show you the ones that I'm planning to get to, and then I'll talk to you about the one I already started. So I want to read Unclaimed by Courtney Milan. I believe this one is supposed to be about a virgin hero and a courtesan, I believe. Her name is Jessica and his name is Mark. And she gets offered to seduce Mark with an offer that she can't refuse. And so she's forced to choose between her future and the love that she knows is impossible. This will be my first Courtney Milan. I have this on audio. This is also a book that I'm supposed to be reading with you guys, but doesn't look like anyone's really started it yet or is planning to read it. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes people just vote on a book for me to read and they don't actually want to read it with, which is totally fine. I understand if you want me to check out your books for you. That's basically what I do. Then I have The Sound of Snow by Katherine Kingsley. This is one that I did for a step back. It also fits for one of the other ones too. This book was out before the year 2000. A couple of the books I'm reading were out before the year 2000. But this one is cool because this one is about Joanna, who she's returning to society, and she wants to go take care of her cousin's son, who is living with his father, but she doesn't trust him to take good care of her nephew, I guess. So she's gonna show up and she kind of shocks him because she looks a lot like her dead cousin. And then she ends up, I think, kind of being like a nanny to the kid, instead of taking it away. But I loved this one because it had the really pretty snowy background, and then that great mullet. Gotta love that mullet action. So, and I've never read a Katherine Kingsley. I don't have an audio for this one, so we will see if I get to it. But I definitely want to try Katherine Kingsley. I have a few of hers for step backs, and they're all really beautiful. Then I'm going to do The Highlander's English Bride. I can't remember what prompts this one is for, but because my prompt book is over there and I'm too lazy to go get it. But this one is the 3rd book in Clan Kenrick, and I really like the first 2. They're usually pretty slow burns, but they're also just such well-built plots that I actually don't mind, which I can't always say about everything. You can't always say that the plot is good enough to hold the story, but it does. This one is about this woman, Lady Sabrina, who she's supposed to have a rendezvous with a suitor, and he ditches her. So she ends up being rescued by, I think it's, I don't know how to say his name. Graman? I have to hear it in the audio. I also have the audio for this one. I've heard about him in the other 2, that he's one of the Wild brothers in the family. I'll show this up close. I love the gold. I love Vanessa Kelly's covers. I've bought so many of her books because her covers are gorgeous. So I guess she's the goddaughter of the king. And she might end up being a prospective bride for him. This is also really big. All Vanessa Kelly's books are super big. This one is 240 pages. So we'll see if we get to that one. Then this one I'm reading for a arranged marriage, and that is The Raven and the Rose, from what I read on the back. She's the love child of King Edward IV. Her name is Rosina, and she's pledged to her father's most prized warrior. He was dark, strong, and commanding, and in the bedchamber where he forced her to honor her marriage vows. Uh-oh. We'll see what kind of force it is. She learned to crave his intoxicating touch, and still she swore not to love him, even as she surrendered to the dark rapture of the Raven. So, we'll see. These covers for the series are amazing. I've never read a Virginia Henley. I tried before. Did I try before? No, that was Elizabeth Lowell. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm willing to give it a go because these book covers are amazing. Then the other two that are on audio, I have Scheming the Duke, which is a indie published that I'm going to try to read. I was so graciously given an ARC for this book before it came out, and I'm so sorry that I haven't got to it yet. I just have to be in the mood, especially for historical. Sometimes I can just binge a whole bunch of them, but it's really hard to make myself read them, especially if I don't have audio, which is what we're going to run into. And then the last book that I'm planning to read, and the one that I have started, is A Notorious Vow by Joanna Shupe. This is the group pick. This is the Readathon pick. I am very excited, and I started it right away and was immediately drawn into it. This one takes place in America, but it's like an English family goes to America to marry their daughter off because they need money. And she stumbles into the gardens of this our hero is deaf. He went deaf when he was 13. He had an illness that caused him to lose his hearing. And he actually has learned sign language, and he is a really, scientific mind and stuff. But he's a bit of a grumpy recluse because he's tired of society saying stuff behind his back. So he just is like, screw it, and lives on his own until she stumbles into his garden because she thinks it's really beautiful. And his dog comes up to visit her and is just jumping around, and she ends up falling and hitting her head in his garden. And so she wakes up in his parlor. And they have a bit of a bumpy meeting, but so far I'm only a couple chapters in, and I think this is going to be a marriage of convenience for her because her family is trying to marry her off to this 80-year-old man. And he's had a lot of wives die in suspicious circumstances, and also he's old. And so where we're at now, I think she's just about to go and try to convince him to be her husband. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, that's where we're at with everything. Just a note, I think I've been saying this on a lot of my stuff, I am heavy into the Kimura Chronicles right now. I'm doing a reread with some of my friends, and I love them so much. So it's been really hard to pull myself away. I also am doing a buddy read for a book called Breaking Perfect. I'm reading with a couple of people, and that's going to be my in-between thing. But I feel good. That's why I wanted to start with the Joanna Shupe right away in the morning, and I'm listening to it while I'm doing work, and I'm already a good ways into it because I got up. I just couldn't sleep last night, so I got up really early and took a shower and did some cleaning and everything. So I'm really liking it, and I think that I'm set up for a good time. So, all right. I'll check in with you. Okay, first update, and I'm already halfway through the book. I'm on chapter 13 of A Notorious Vow, and I'm really liking it. This is only my second Joanna Shupe. I think I just said that in the last clip. Maybe I didn't. But I've only read The Rogue of Fifth Avenue, and I just wasn't totally in love with what that series was doing, and just kind of the I don't know. It's hard for me to unravel my feelings. I just didn't vibe with it the way other people have. I know that the next two in the series people like a lot more. And after reading this one, maybe I'll want to go back to those because I'm really enjoying this book so far. The hero is so grumpy. He's been burned by society. And now we're at the point where they have the emergency arranged marriage kind of happen, but Oliver is really like going to keep her at arm's length because he wants to be able to release her after a certain amount of time, which means we're not supposed to consummate it, but they're just way too attracted for that to happen. And then I just got to a place where there's a cameo from Frank, who is a hero from the only other Shupe book that I've read. So I was just laughed out loud when Frank came on the scene, and I was like, Frank, because I actually know this guy. And even though I didn't totally love that book, I mean, Frank was a great guy, so that was really fun. So hold on one second. I just got back from running an errand, and I actually have some mail to open. I won't say the person's last name, but I just got a card from someone named Kristen, and I'm going to open it. I don't know what these are. No one's told me I'm getting anything, but I figured I would open it for you guys. Ooh. Oh my God. I hope you love your penis bookmark. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Okay, this is from, she must have a small shop maybe, or it just got sent to me. I'll have to look her up and see what shop this is, because, oh wait, books make me brainy. I'll show it to you. It's literally different names for the penis. Kristen, thank you. Holy crap. I'm going to look up this shop and I will link them down below. And holy crap. Okay, it says The Penis, Pulsing Core, Love's Sweet Arrow, Turgid Shaft, Molten Member, Iron Hard Tumescence, Polina, oh wow. Okay, wow. Polina Potentinary Instrument. Wow, I cannot pronounce that. But so the shop is Books Make Me Brainy, and she just said, I hope you love your penis bookmark. I love it. Thank you so much. Holy shit, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, and then this other one, this is from a shop, so I don't know if this is like a gift from someone or whatever, but the shop says it is Happy Bag Company. So let me rip this open and we'll see what's in here. Thank you to anyone who ever sends me anything. I mean, my P.O. box is always down below, but I would never like pressure you with that. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. This says, so this one was a gift from somebody. So the shop is run by someone named Bethany, and the gift is from a Regan. And it says, hey Jen, your channel is the reason I got into Outlander over quarantine, and it's been such a joy. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this keychain. Thank you so much, Regan. So this is a gift from Regan, and it's from this shop. Oh, and it's an Outlander keychain. Hold on, let me open it. This is so cute. Jeez. Okay, care instructions. So I think I could put it on a purse or use it as a keychain. So this is the Mackenzie, this is the Fraser plaid. I actually have a scarf with the Fraser plaid. And so it's this cute little fabric keychain. This is adorable. I could actually, like, no joke, I still have my Gryffindor keychain from when I went to Universal, and I love it, but it's really clunky. So maybe I'm going to upgrade to this sophisticated, adorable thing. So, yeah, this says Happy Bag Co. And this is from, yeah, and this is run by Bethany, I guess. So that's awesome. But thank you to Regan for this gift. I'm not sure which Regan it is, so let me know if it's you. But this is so sweet. So that was fun. I was just wanting to send off some packages, and I got some cute things. Oh, thank you so much. Sweet. Well, I'm going to go back to reading and to work. I had just taken my lunch break and I had to go do that, but this penis bookmark is giving me life. This is amazing. Holy goodness, that's fantastic. Thanks so much. Apparently this is the day for clips because it's a couple hours later and I got more book mail to share. Now this one, I'm pretty excited about this because it's one of my members, Jeanne, sent me a package. And I'm really excited to open it. I kind of like saw, but I like really quickly just like peeked in it and then I was like, I'll film it. So Let me find the note first before I do anything. Hold on. I don't want to read this out loud if I shouldn't, but... Okay, so I'm not gonna like read you this letter because it's really special just for me. But some of these books were actually written by Jeannie's mother. So she used a couple different names, I think is how it is. Jeannie will have to like explain it, but basically some of these books were like written by her mom, and her mom has since passed, and she sent me some of them. So I just, God damn it, Jeannie. I'm really, thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll show you what they are. They're not completely in totally what oh no, we'll just look at these. This one for sure. It's so cute. Okay, so it's the most wonderful time of the year, and it says Jenna Lawrence. So cute. Christmas comes just once a year. I think this is I think they're all supposed to be historical. Yeah. This one is in France in 1884 and then in Colorado. So this is a historical. Then this is Wonderful is what it's called. It says Jean Wilson. That's so cute. That is adorable. This is Irish Enchantment. Catherine Fox, Candace McCarthy, and Jean Wilson. Oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. Woo! This one's called My Mariah. Wow, that's gorgeous. This one's about a bounty hunter. Civil War. Mariah. Wow. That's sexy right there. Sweet Dreams. Golden Glory. That one's pretty cute. When is this one? I think this one's a contemporary. Nope, 1894. That's a pretty interesting cover for an 1894. Wow. Okay. Coulter's Angel. That's pretty nice. She's like kissing that. Ooh, this one's a sheriff. You know, I think I totally want to read those. I think that I do. I saw the Christmassy looking one first, Jean. Just so you know, Jeannie. Lightning Strikes. Oh. These are so amazing. And then there's some beads. Put on some Mardi Gras beads. I didn't do a good job talking during this because that is so special. And this letter, yeah, I don't got too much else to say. This was so special. Like, I don't even know what to say. Wow. Thank you so much. This just means the world to me. And legit, I can't wait to try some of these. You have to tell me which one is your favorite. Or if you've read them. That's a question. Like, did you read romance novels written by your mom? That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. Hello. This is going to be one of those vlogs that's like super long because I keep doing things. But I'm making some lunch. I'm actually trying out one of these little like egg cookers. So I have that cooking right now. I also have a couple packages to open. This time they're ones that like I ordered, so I think I know what's in them. But I did finish a Notorious Vow. I finished that last night. It was really good. I've decided that my goal is kind of to finish one a day, just because I haven't been, like I said, the mood has been kind of hard to keep myself on historicals, but yeah, I talk more in depth about A Notorious Vow in my weekly wrap-up, which should definitely be up already. But I ended up giving it 4 stars. I had a really good time. That is the second Shupe that I've read, and it did make me want to read more, at least in the 400 series. So the next one, let's see what chapter I'm on here. I started with Unclaimed, and I'm 100 pages in already. This is a very interesting book. So we have Jessica, who's a courtesan, and she has had something tragic happen to her. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it's one of a couple things. And there is this bachelor who wrote this guide about like chastity and like being a virgin and what it means to be chaste. And a lot of people like just want to make him look like a fool. So there have been a lot of women who have tried to seduce him. And there happens to be this one guy who, he used to be a protector of Jessica's, but they had a falling out for reasons, which I'm sure revolve around her dark secret. And she decides to take this shot at Mark to get this reward. Now, Mark, he's used to people trying this. So far, like he is still intrigued by her, even though he knows she's like trying to seduce him. And this is her last shot. Like really, she needs this money so that she doesn't have to be a courtesan anymore. And if she can't seduce him, and like she needs to get a certain thing from him, if she can't do it, then she'll have to be a courtesan forever, basically. This is her best chance. So I'm really liking it so far. This is my first Courtney Milan. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So the couple packages I have to open. This one's from Amazon. And yes, it is a Donna Fletcher. Slowly completing my series of hers. This one is A Warrior's Promise. And I think this one is one I was missing in the Warrior King series. This was the one I was missing. So now I have this one and I'm very excited. Now I'm wondering if did I already buy this one? I don't think that I did. I'll let you know in the next clip if I did. It feels different. No, I don't have it. I was thinking of a different one. Yeah, this is the one I was missing. Okay, here's the thing. She names her books with a lot of the same words. Like, there's literally Loved by a Warrior, Bound to a Warrior, A Warrior's Promise, Dark Warrior, Legendary Warrior. So it's hard for me. Like, it's a good thing that I keep a guide on my phone and on my Goodreads, because otherwise I would mess up sometimes. Then I have some thrift books. And these are, oh gosh, this one's beautiful. This is an Anne Mallory. I keep collecting hers, even though I've only read one of them. But this one is In Total Surrender. So pretty. I'm slowly collecting all of these. I think this one is the third one in the one series that I like. One Night is Never Enough and 7 Secrets to Seduction. So there's that one. And then, ooh, yeah, I'm slowly collecting all of Lindsay Sands as well, even though I haven't read her yet. But I love the covers of this series. So this one is the Heiress. And see, I also have the, oh no, this one's the Countess. This one's the Heiress. And I just really like the covers on these ones. So I grabbed that one. So these are just 3 more books I'm adding to my collection. So plan for today, I filmed a ton this morning. So man, I had so many videos I was getting behind on, and I'm potentially going to be starting a new job where I won't be able to like film during the days, which will be kind of a bummer, but this new job is something that I really am looking forward to and want to make happen. So I want to get some videos pre-film, but I just don't know how I will. Like, I'll probably just have to do them on Saturdays and Sundays, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of what I do anyway, besides like vlogs and everything, but it's cool. So I got 3 videos filmed. Those are all in the early release if you are a channel member, or some of them may have come out already because like my weekly wrap up and stuff like that. So yeah, things are going great. This book, I'm very intrigued with like how it's going to play out. It's a pretty big one too. It's over 400 pages, which is nice because it has like a pretty good pace going. Like, I'm really interested in it. So I do need to finish reading Breaking Perfect, which I'm buddy reading with some friends. So I'm going to finish that. And then I'll be listening to this. And then I have a birthday party to go to tonight. And I'm so excited for that. The next book I want to try to do is Virginia Henley. Because I'm going to read that one physically. So when I finish Breaking Perfect, that'll be my next physical book. And then the Highlander's English Bride, I have an audio. So that'll be the next audiobook. So I don't know how many more clips I'll do of this. I'll maybe do today and Sunday. It depends on how many times I check in with that. But all right, I'll be back later.
Well, hello. How are you doing? It's been a little bit since I popped in here. It's Sunday night and I finished my second book. Wow, the shadows are going to be weird if I move at all. So we'll just hang out here. Back to our normal vlog place where we record laying down here. It's so great. So I thought I would pop in. I'm probably going to have this be the last clip and then I'll put up part 1 of the vlog because tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day and I didn't know that. And so I plan to do a lot of reading. And so I thought I would wrap up this part and then we'll start another one because those are fun. So I finished Unclaimed by Courtney Milan and it was delightful. Okay. It was freaking delightful. And wow, stuff stuck in my throat. I am just feeling really inefficient to explain this book and why I loved it so much. It, you know, I think I said in another clip, maybe I didn't, like what the setup of this was, that there's this man who's written this practical guide to male chastity, where in this book, he's really kind of taking men to task for, like, blaming women for, like, their allure and for their wiles, and really saying that the responsibility for your actions lies on you, and that women are not this like mystical, magical creature who are causing you to sin. It's really about you yourself and being in control of your bodies and not putting that on someone else. There's this really beautiful quote in the book. I put it on my Instagram and it says, women are the reason for chastity. They're not the enemy of it. They are to be protected and loved. And I mean, I'm not quoting it anymore, but that's the quote that he says at the beginning is, women are the purpose for chastity. They're not the enemy of it. And then he goes on to explain that like women bear the brunt of our mistakes. And when we like make that their fault and then run away from the consequences, women are the one who pay the price. And so that is what he meant by this pamphlet, this book that he wrote. And everyone kind of took it as he was this holier than thou person. And it just irritates him. It just drives him absolutely to a rage that he has this fame for this book. And people aren't taking the things from it that he wants them to take. So when we meet him, he has went to this small village to just kind of hide from his popularity for a while. And of course, people in this town know who he is, and they want to start having him like be this pillar of, you know, morality and stuff, and he just gets so angry with it. And then we have Jessica, who she has had her life ruined. She's a courtesan. It has recently just had a really traumatic thing happen. I'm going to put up like a little spoiler tag to tell you, because I want to tell you what it is, because it's a trigger warning, that has to do with, forced abortion. Okay, so I'm going to talk. I'll put up a little spoiler tag. So Jessica had a protector and she got pregnant when they were together, and she didn't know what she wanted to do about it. And he tricked her into giving her a tea that caused her to abort her baby. And not just that, he wanted to make sure it was effectual. And so he used 3 times the amounts of everything that the like midwife told him to use. And he almost killed her. So she's very traumatized by this event, not only losing her child, but in almost dying. And then this man like kind of acted like he did them a favor and like did what she was too scared to do. And it is horrifying. So anyway, spoiler done. So Jessica is offered kind of like, I describe it as like it's the opposite of like, so, you know, in like college romances, sometimes there's like a virginity bet, and like a dude with his bros will get bet to like pop this girl's cherry or whatever. And then he ends up falling in love with her and really wants to be with her. Well, this is that, except it's the opposite, because Sir Mark, he's a virgin and he's seen as this like, I mean, and he is a great guy. That's the thing. Like, it's not a lie. He's a great guy. But his thing is he's like, he's not a virgin because he abhors sex. He's a virgin because he doesn't want to be with a woman not his wife and push undue consequences on her. So really, he's being chased until he finds the right person, which is a legit reason, and people have made it into this completely other thing that it needed to be. And Jessica kind of hates him for that he's such a great guy. And she gets sent there with this mission to ruin him and to have proof of it. So there's a ring that he wears that she needs to steal from him. And if she can do that, then she will receive a settlement that will help her live happily and not have to be a courtesan anymore. So she's very sympathetic, but also Mark is a really great guy, and she makes a choice very early on. So I wouldn't consider this a spoiler either, because the back of the book says that she falls in love with him pretty early on, because she can see that he does walk the walk of the talk that he talks. And so she just is like, I need this money, or I don't want to have to be a whore anymore. But the closer that her and Mark get, the more possible it is for her to have this. And I mean, you know how virginity bets go, right? But there are aspects of this that could have felt preachy if Courtney Milan didn't write the hero the way that she did. And I just believed that he believed what he said, and it wasn't even out of like religious context, even though he was raised in a very religious home, both him and his brothers. It never comes across that way from him. Like, it's always very clear that like God isn't the reason he's doing this. To be a good man is the reason that he's doing this, and to be responsible for his actions. And people just can't stand that they would be held responsible for their actions. And Jessica has only dealt with men who aren't responsible for their actions, and it's pretty precious. I cried a lot. Like, my eyes are still a little like messed up. So that was 5 stars. Now I have started The Highlander's English Bride. I've just read a little bit of it, and I'm actually going to I'm going to finish the chapter I'm in, and then I'm going to jump back into Twisted Bride. But I wanted to start this so that I was into it. This is book 3 in Clan Kendrick. This is for the prompt, has blue on the cover and is a recent release because this came out in 2020. So I'm very excited. I've read the first two and I really loved them. These books always have really good plots. I hope this one is maybe a little steamier than the last one was, because they're very large for historical romance. Like, these are 400 pages plus. And so to have that much with hardly any smut is just a lot for me. But her plots are really good and it's okay. And actually, Unclaimed was not that smutty either, but it was so emotional that I loved it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I think I got enough footage for a pretty good size vlog here. But yeah, real excited for more. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.